Hello, listener. This is producer Jeffrey. Step into my time machine. Long ago, beginning in the ancient past of 2009, we made a show called Our Fair City. Now, Our Fair City is a sprawling, epic story set in the dystopian future of Hartford, Connecticut. A climate disaster made the world outside a frozen wasteland. What remains of humanity lives inside in a largely subterranean city governed by the remains of an insurance company. Now, Our Fair City is darkly funny. You'll meet mad scientists, lightning riggers, the woken dead, giant ants, time travelers, and mole people. We are currently re-releasing Our Fair City weekly, so this is a great time to join us for a romp through the tunnels of Heartlife. After today's episode, we'll be sharing a trailer for the show. I hope you'll check it out, and I would love you to join us in our listen of Our Fair City, found wherever you're listening to this podcast right now.
Hey, I'm Arnie Niekamp from the fully improvised comedy podcast Hello from the Magic Tavern. I'm here with my co-hosts, Chun the Talking Badger,
Bing Bong,
and Usador the Wizard.
I greet thee, listeners.
Look, I'm trapped in the magical land of Foon, so I started a podcast interviewing elves, unicorns, and other weirdos. We have great guests like Felicia Day, Jason Mantzoukas, Brennan Lee Mulligan, Amy Mann, and so many more.
Oh, and I think one time we interviewed a sentient shoe? I hope it was sentient.
Not to mention the evil people we've had to interview. How I hate evil.
Join us as we bar crawl across the magical land of Foon.
Looking for adventure.
Getting caught up in escapades.
Hello from the Magic Tavern is available right now on your favorite podcast app and ad-free and with lots of bonus content on Patreon. Subscribe to Hello from the Magic Tavern today.
We still need an opener.
I know. I'm working. Gears are spinning. Pulleys are clanking.
Can I help?
Okay. Oh, wait. Is this anything? What do you get when you cross a fairy godmother with Crocodile Dundee?
I don't know, Malik. What do you got?
Bibbidi bobbidi boomerang, mate. Wow, really?
You took so long. And that's what you... Oh, how did you... Describe the workings of your brain, please.
It's a mystery.
Crocodile Dundee, very current reference, very zeitgeisty, very with it.
I didn't want to say an Australian. That'd be stereotyping.
So instead, you chose the Australian stereotype from a movie or a TV show that was before you were born and added mate. I guess in case I missed your incredible accent work.
In my defense, I did say, is this anything?
It's not anything, Malik. It's everything.
Someone on the radio said something about the sun going out forever in a month or so. But we all knew the end was near, nothing to be done from here. So I shake my head and off to bed I go.
Hello and welcome to World Gone Wrong. I'm Jamie. With me is my co-host Malik, and we are examining all of the new and exciting ways it's all gone to shit.
And how?
Before we dive in, Malik, are you wearing a Friendship and Apocalypse shirt right now?
Why, yes, I am. How does it look?
Honestly, I love it. You look great. Listener, it's a tank top, very summery.
And if you too want one, you can find them at our merch store at audaciousmachinecreative.com.
Okay, onward. Today, we're trying something a little different.
We're taking a short hop over the pond where we're looking at how their new inhabitants, or maybe very old inhabitants, are shaking things up.
Can I lay a ground rule?
Right now? I mean, sure, but it feels early days.
No more accents.
That's gonna make talking kind of hard.
You know what? American only.
Oh, okay. It is taking all my self-control not to trot out like some kind of Boston.
And we thank you for it. So, back to Europe.
Yes, and just to set expectations, we're not talking about the Europe thing. That is its own kettle of fish. We're staying away from continental Europe and everything going on there, and we're starting small.
We're starting very small.
From what we've heard, people in England, Ireland, Scotland, and Wales have reported that the Fae are back, or at least they're here now. Which compared to the acid rain, the sewer gators, and the actual monster mash we've got going on over here, a simple case of fairies might not seem so bad. But, and it's a big but,
How big is the butt?
Oh my gosh. Ugh. I'm never going to feel bad again when you don't laugh at my amazing jokes.
I'm sorry. It was a long weekend.
Anyway, what I was getting at, the Fae thing, it's complicated and a little deceptive. Avoiding harm from them isn't as easy as don't go outside at night. I thought I'd look into it a little, see what people over there are dealing with right now, the hazards, the benefits, if there are any, and just what it's like to live alongside the fair folk. And then I fell down a research rabbit hole that went deeper than any mushroom circle. And now here we are. It's Ask Me Anything Fae Edition.
Do we get a theme song?
Of course we get a deep dive, ask me anything.
Deep dive, knowledge he will bring.
Yes, deep dive down the fairy ring. Deep dive.
Wow, that was incredible. Where do you want to start?
How about the missing prime minister?
Do we know that's the Fae?
The Fae did claim responsibility, and they don't have a reason to lie, that I know of, at least.
So how long has it been?
5 days, and no sense, by the way, of a time frame on returning one of the most powerful people in Britain. The Fae said, we'll give him back once certain lessons have been learned.
Well, that's chilling.
Pretty much, yeah.
So is the Prime Minister going to be okay?
Hard to say. It kind of depends on whether the historical legends are true. We still don't have, proof that they really happened. But there's enough in common with the Fae we have stories about and the Fae that have shown up. I think we can say it's useful. So, zooming out for a sec.
Sure.
The first thing I found when I started looking into this is that it can be really hard to dig up good scholarly sources about the Fae. It's folk stories, you know? It's exactly the kind of stuff nobody was writing down for a really long time. Another thing, the stories vary wildly from time to time and place to place. The Fae stories you get in Newfoundland are different from what you hear in Britain or Ireland or anywhere else. I mean, it's even different depending on what household you're in.
Like a board game where everyone's got their own homebrew rules.
Exactly. But there's some themes that come up. There's exceptions, but overall, you can find patterns. The Prime Minister's probably not dead. The Fae pretty much don't kill people. They're not, I think the term you'd use, Jamie, is chaotic evil.
I would, yeah.
Yeah, they're not that. They don't drain our life force or eat us, so that's the good news.
What's the bad news?
Well, when you look at the original stories, a big piece of why they seem to exist is explaining things that people at the time had zero way of knowing. Why is my crop failing while my neighbor's thrives? The Fae must have blighted me. How could I have lost track of time for so long? These days we'd say, oh, that's PTSD, that's ADHD, that's just a thing the brain does sometimes. Then it was the Fae probably took me away for a while.
I do remember stories of them taking people and like changelings. They can swap out your baby for one of theirs, like a cuckoo bird being raised by a warbler.
The thought is a lot of developmental issues start when you're young. And to a parent, it can feel like one day their child was fine and the next day they were dealing with a different person.
Oh, wow.
Obviously, I'm not saying the Fae were really behind all this. Like, sometimes a person really does just have a condition. But the bad news is, the Fae's domain is the unknowable. And if we can believe all the old stories, that makes them more powerful than anything we've ever talked about on this show.
Really?
Yeah, the werewolf-vampire alliance is kid stuff compared to this.
Just because they're tiny and whimsical looking doesn't mean they won't wreck your shit.
Well, we don't know if they are tiny and whimsical. We don't know if they have wings or pointy shoes or any of it. The stories make a point of saying they can look however they want.
Right. They do glamours.
They do. And here's a fun fact. There is no consistent way to tell if you're dealing with the Fae. No mirror trick, no garlic test, nothing. Sometimes they might wear green, but sometimes they don't. And anyway, regular people wear green all the time. Anyone you meet could be one of them, including animals, deer, pigs, whatever.
Fun, yes. Feeling the fun. God, how are people there reacting? It must be a shock.
Depends. I think the folks who don't come from a culture with Fae-like figures are having a time.
And the people who do.
I don't want to say they're not fazed, but I'd say they're actually dealing with it pretty well.
Really?
Yeah. I wound up reaching out to a friend of a friend who lives in London and is into folklore, Nadia. She was explaining folk beliefs to me. She said it's not the binary we might think of, where either you believe something 100% or you don't. It's more like, okay, there's a paper where this guy from Florida surveyed people in a small village in Ireland, like, hey, are the Fae real? And most people nowadays will say no. But then he asked, hey, is it okay to interfere with the fairy forts, which are these old, overgrown stone ruins out in the countryside? Legend says they're important to the Fae. And most people, even younger folks, were like, do not do that. So the possibility that this could happen wasn't totally out of the question for them.
Fascinating. It's like knocking on wood or holding your breath while you pass a graveyard or something.
It maybe goes a little deeper than that. There's an aspect of identity to it, like connecting with your ancestors, keeping the chain going, kind of. But yeah, it's not as simple as yes or no.
Always here to bust a binary.
Absolutely.
So how many people kind of believe before all this started?
It's hard to say. But it's not uncommon in parts of Europe to route a road around an area locally known as a Fae hangout spot. Or like elves, trolls, whatever. Moira Marquis has a fascinating article about how we could expand that approach. She thinks we could use it as a framework for questioning the roads over everything mentality in general.
How much reading did you do for this, Malik?
Oh, like a lot.
Didn't you have a grant deadline coming up?
In a bit. I've got time.
It's due Monday, right?
Yeah, I'll do it. I had to stop looking at it. The words were no longer looking like words, especially anything I'd written. Just a silent parade of squiggles on a screen.
Okay, but if you don't get funded,
then the world will be deprived of my thoughts on the poetic performative self. And then what?
Academia needs your voice.
Even if I finish on time, the actual number of people likely to read this thing, it's probably in the teens. The low teens. God, especially now. All of this shit has really screwed with my whole sense of priorities. Like, I hate Maslow's hierarchy of needs as much as the next guy, but
okay, shots fired.
the idea that if you don't have your basic needs taken care of, you're not ready to need love, any kind of love. Like, if you're starving or in danger, you can't also have the full range of feelings. It feels like telling a whole lot of people that they're less human than us just because they're in a tight spot.
Okay, yeah, I'm right there with you now. That sucks.
You can want big things and little things at the same time. Like, do I wish I had safety? Of fucking course I do. I mean, who really had it before, right? But I miss being able to walk around at night without worrying you might run into a literal monster. I miss... Okay, I guess things never made sense, but I miss waking up to a new disaster when it was a thing you could actually imagine ahead of time. But even when big, important, capital H historical things are happening, sometimes you're still also like, okay, remember that late night pizza place a few blocks from us?
Yeah.
It closed.
Damn it.
I mean, of course it closed. All their money came in after 10 p.m. But the fact that I could stay up working on some stupid paper, and then when reality got fuzzy, I could just walk a few blocks and see other people who were awake. I could sit in that old vinyl booth with the broken springs and watch the kitchen. No matter how tired or alone I felt, there were people tossing dough and spreading toppings. It was like sitting in the middle of a one-celled organism, getting to be a part of that for a few minutes. And then you'd have a fresh, kind of shitty pizza. Late night food. It feels wild to complain about in the middle of everything else, but sometimes I would sell my soul for late night food. Not literally, in case that comes up, you know.
Staying out with friends.
Of course.
I miss getting my hair cut.
You don't have scissors in Colorado?
I miss getting my hair cut in the city. Going to that funky place in Logan Square where they gave you a glass of not very good wine. And every time I came, the person doing my hair had more tattoos, beautiful tattoos. She always told me how thick my hair was when she was sweeping it up. And even though obviously that's a question of genes, she'd say it like I'd done something right.
I miss those random tiny interactions with strangers, like waiting in line for a concert or a movie and getting the fastest glimpse of someone else's life. I feel like we all clammed up when the replacers came.
I miss going to the dog park to watch all the dogs run around and then half pretending one of them was mine in case someone might notice and think it was weird that I was there alone.
You did that?
All the time.
I miss hearing you guessing out loud about who did the murder in whatever mystery you were watching on your laptop through the wall.
I miss when you'd make 7-layer bars in the middle of the night and then we'd eat them for breakfast the next day.
I could send you the recipe.
I found something pretty close online, but I can't get it like yours. That crust isn't crunchy enough. Okay, wait, what were we talking about? Oh, Maslow.
Yes. Okay. I think his hierarchy is mostly full of shit. But I also think this whole adventure, the weirdening, has knocked us all down to a pretty low slice of that so-called pyramid. And like, you can still feel love if a tiger's chasing you. You can still want love, obviously. But maybe most of your brain isn't so focused on analyzing literature.
So, are you making 7-layer bars as we speak?
Are you asking if I'm stressed?
Are you?
Maybe I should be. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's worth getting stressed about. You're out there shaping local policy.
That's a strong word for what I've been.
I'm just shuffling the alphabet around. Hang on. Aren't we doing a show?
Arguably. Okay. So, the Fae folk, people's reaction to them.
Yeah, the locals who have been there for a few generations aren't all that surprised. But they do have a few questions. And chief among them is milk or beer.
Okay, that is so weird to me. For what the Fae like better?
Yeah, what to leave as an offering. Yeah. Nadia sent me screenshots of Scottish Tumblr, and the debate is getting intense. The pro-beer side says that unless you're a dairy farmer, a milk offering gets you nowhere. And the pro-milk side says you don't really want to get the Fae folk drunk. On and on.
You couldn't split the difference with a milk stout?
That is a thought, but it's mostly one or the other right now.
Another binary. Who's winning?
Unclear. I mean, my thought would be you should leave out both the first night and then go with whatever one those specific fairies seem to like more.
A/B testing.
Yeah. They're probably not a monolith, you know? But it's such an old tradition on a house-by-house basis. People have their own opinions.
See, even beyond the obvious pansexual jokes, I don't love any situation where you can only acknowledge two options and you can only pick one. What if... Okay, does quality matter? Maybe the Fae prefer beer over milk in general, but what if you leave out a nice organic whole milk or like a half can of warm, flat Michelob Light? Wait, how would you keep the milk from spoiling at night?
Oh, you don't.
You don't.
So, Nadia explained to me that both sides generally agree you don't save your best stuff for the Fae. They wouldn't want it anyway. That's not food to them. You leave them the spoiled milk and, yeah, the beer that's gone flat, actually. It's kind of a parody of how we eat or drink. She said that's not unusual for the relationship between the Fae world and ours. Their laws ape our laws, but without understanding. A Fae disguised as a businessman would know to wear a suit and tie, but that briefcase could be filled with, like, loose teeth or something.
Ugh.
Like a child pretending, if that child also had unimaginable power.
Oh, wow. Okay. Could it be non-dairy milk?
I don't know.
Like if you had a carton of almond milk that had definitely gone bad, would they... Are they too old to recognize it as milk because it's so different from anything they've known? Or could it count on a technicality?
I think that's hard to say. They do love technicalities.
In that case, if you leave them an offering and they do something for you, is that covered like under employment law? Do you have to give them pay and benefits and health insurance?
Maybe, but it's not like they'll be asking for a 401k. Pay could be anything. Maybe minimum wage is an acorn or a pretty rock. Health insurance could be, I don't know, a dried up blob of toothpaste for them to chew on.
You know what I'm thinking?
What?
If their original purpose in stories was to explain what can't be explained, what does that make them now? Like our whole fucking existence can't be explained. Does that mean they're at the root of everything? Are they the reason that the world is like this?
They couldn't be.
Why not?
I think they might have appeared too late to have caused everything.
Yeah, but are we really trusting the nature of linear time anymore?
Oh, God.
See?
Oh, I need to process this.
Well, let's give you some time with a little commercial break. So we're back, and we're thinking we may have a comprehensive theory of everything with the Fae at the center.
I mean, maybe. That's a huge leap.
Let's say more of a hypothesis.
Right.
Does that explain everything, though? Like, would they have any reason to do this? What do the Fae want?
That is a hard question to answer in some ways. I actually talked to a second expert about this. Nadia put me in touch with Professor R.G. Fellows, who studies folklore in Hertfordshire. We had a Zoom call, which was fun. Friday afternoon, virtual meeting with Fae expert. That's a good one for the Google Calendar.
What did Professor Fellows say?
So, like everything, the Fae are not a monolith. Individual Fae can have all kinds of schemes going, but in the old stories, generally speaking, what they want is for you to follow the rules.
Oh, they're cops? That's where we've landed? I thought they were chaos creatures.
Not human laws, the rules. It's more like your grandma trying to enforce some ancient etiquette. Traditionally, with the Fae, that means a few things. First, it means don't be a dick.
Ye oldest rule there is.
Yeah, so that covers stuff like fairness. If they offer you something, don't be greedy and take more than they're willing to give you. If they offer you food, the scholarship on this is mixed, but probably what you want to do is take the offering, but don't eat it.
Well, yeah, because it's probably rotten.
Also, ingesting it could bind you to the Fae realm.
Persephone in the underworld logic.
Yeah.
So you take it and then hide it, pretend to eat it?
I found a story where the fair folk offered an old lady rolls of butter, and she used it for household purposes, which the source said maybe means like greasing pans.
Oiling hinges.
Sure. It's basically like if a child offers you something they tell you is a potion, you take it from them, you thank them so much, and then you find some way to get rid of it that is not pouring it down your throat.
You sound like you are speaking from experience.
I am not saying my 4-year-old niece is a member of the Fae, but I am not saying it.
Good to know.
Other big rules: if you see a mysterious stranger, show that person kindness. That kind of dovetails into another point, which is you obey the laws of hospitality. If someone shows up on your doorstep, you give them food and you let them rest.
Right. I mean, that makes sense. Travel would have been a way bigger deal back when venturing outside your house meant you might get eaten by wolves. Being inhospitable could literally get people killed. Wait, hold on, hang on. We have werewolves. Does that mean we have to bring all the old hospitality back?
Probably a good idea. It's treacherous out there. I mean, anyone who needs to take a trip where they can't make it back home by nightfall is taking their life in their hands.
Yeah. I mean, opening your doors to weary travelers, I feel like a lot of us would need to fight our instincts on that one.
True, but probably good to get in the habit, even if the Fae never cross the ocean. Although, given how much they hate salt, they might stay put. I guess they could just spring up, not like we know how any of these things are arriving. Maybe they burst out of the soil like tulips.
And if you show hospitality to a vampire, you're fucked. Like, welcome, friend. Don't mind if I do.
Whoa. Excuse me. We said no accents.
Listen, that was way closer to like the Count from Sesame Street, so I don't think it does count.
But honestly, yeah, it all comes back to knowing what genre you're in.
A literally impossible thing.
How do we screen out the beings that actually want to kill us without closing our homes to everyone else?
Well, I think the answer is obvious.
You do?
Yes. Step 1, always have a batch of garlic bread in your freezer ready to go. Step 2, anytime someone rings your doorbell, you pop it in the oven and hang out with them on your front steps until the bread's hot again. You say, here's a little savory treat as a gesture of our friendship. And then if they don't eat it right then, that's when you know to shut the door in their face.
But if they're Fae, they won't want to eat them.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so you always have a batch of fresh garlic bread and also a batch of spoiled, gross, stale garlic bread with no salt in it. And you offer both. Ooh, and I guess gluten-free or like for celiacs and maybe a vegan batch depending on, I don't know, who you know.
What is your garlic budget like in this scenario?
Could be worth it to like not get punished by the Fae.
It could. If they get mad at you, you can lose time. You can get pinched all over your body for the rest of your life. You can lose your livelihood. They can kill all your crops, whatever. But that's complicated too. Sometimes the Fae will give you a curse that actually rocks, or a blessing that ruins your life. They might reward you with a marvelous trip that takes so long that by the time you get back home, everyone you knew is dead. The thought is that they don't experience time the way we do. We don't understand them. They don't seem to understand us either. It goes both ways.
I think where we're landing on this is maybe don't get meaningfully involved with the Fae.
Yeah, but you don't always have a choice. And if you stay on your toes, you can turn out okay. See, the Fae may have all these rules we're supposed to follow, but at the same time, they have to follow those rules too. And it's all about the letter of the law, not the intent with them. If you outwit one of them, even if it makes them furious, they'll stand by their word and let you out of the contract.
Okay, I'm not saying this is easy, but essentially you just have to outlawyer them.
Nadia was saying some politicians in the UK are talking about adding law, starting in their primary school curriculum, to get kids thinking about this early.
Pre-law. A generation of children trained to look for loopholes. You didn't say I had to go to sleep, just go to bed. So now I'm going to watch my iPad from my pillow.
Oh, I'm not saying they'd be easy to parent, but if you don't want your child carted off to fairyland...
And who would?
Seriously. Weird as our world is, I don't think I'd do better in theirs. Imagine applying for a grant in the Fae world. The application would be 20 pages long, and it'd be like, please attach a wish and a child's laugh via Dropbox or whatever.
Yeah, or like, please write your response with a candle on a spider web.
Trying to think of what else Professor Fellows told me. Real estate. That was a big one.
Real estate.
Fellows was saying they want land. They don't want to be disturbed. They want the freedom to go on living their lives.
Lives that include fucking with us.
Yeah, but like I said, they're not malicious. Or they don't bring malice into the equation unless we do it first. You kind of get what you put in with the fair folk. Also, by the time of the Victorians, they had stories implying all the Fae creatures were on their way out, that industrialization was the end of the line.
So what does it mean if they've returned?
Who knows? From their point of view, maybe they only stepped away for a moment. And now they expect things to go back to how they were.
Thanks for doing all this, by the way, the research.
You know how it is. Sometimes the rabbit hole gets you. I don't know. It was nice to really dig down into something, get in the weeds of some scholarship and think about things in a new way.
Isn't that what you're supposed to be doing anyway? Hey, should I let you get going?
Why?
To work on your grant.
It's not due for days.
I thought you needed it by Monday.
Yeah, I've got a whole weekend. It's Friday.
Malik, it's Sunday.
Oh. Oh, shit. Okay, you had me. Not fair.
No, I'm not joking. Check your computer. Check your phone.
Holy shit. Holy shit. Why does it all say...
Because it's Sunday.
How did that...
All right, what's the last thing you remember?
It was Friday afternoon. I had my Zoom appointment with Professor Fellows. I don't think I remember anything between that and talking to you.
How long was your Zoom call?
I definitely remember it starting. We had a good conversation. It was fascinating. They were fascinating.
Malik, can you hang on for 1 second? I need to Google something.
Yeah? What is it?
There is no Professor R.G. Fellows at Hertfordshire.
Are you sure?
Nobody with a name even close to that.
Then why did it sound familiar? Oh, shit.
What?
Because Robin Goodfellow is another name for Puck. Like from A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Puck? Like the fairy Puck from fucking Shakespeare? Oh, that Puck?
Yeah. Oh, I have 15 unread messages on my phone, and I just lost 48 hours.
Are you,
I think maybe. I think maybe I was just Zoom kidnapped by the Fae.
Holy shit.
Holy shit is right.
Dude, did you break any rules?
I don't think so. I don't think.
Like, were you polite? Were you kind?
Hey, you've met me. I'm a goddamn joy.
Did you refuse any food? Did you eat any food?
It was a video call. How would that even work?
Okay, so what broke the spell?
The next thing I remember is getting a call from you.
Yeah, because you weren't replying to my messages. You're saying I rescued you from enchantment?
Maybe?
Whoa.
Thanks. Thanks for that.
I'm glad I didn't just text. Is there any other reason you could have been taken?
Sometimes in the stories, they borrow people who are the best at something, like musicians, fiddle players. I'm definitely not the best grad student, and why would they want one of those in the first place?
A co-host.
Well, why would they need one, though? Are they starting a podcast?
Could they?
I mean, there's no way they understand the technology. They'd plug the microphone into a mushroom or something, a pine cone.
What if they took an IT person?
Oh, sure, the best tech worker in all the land.
No, I'm serious. Plenty of people would do what the Fae told them if the Fae hired them, regardless of whether or not they had to. So they're persuasive, right? Lots of charisma.
Yeah, but how could a phone call break me out of it?
Maybe it wasn't a punishment. Maybe it was a warning.
A warning to do what?
Not to disturb them? To let them go on living their lives?
Huh.
Yeah.
Something to think about.
Something to think about. Hey, are you anywhere near baseline right now?
I don't know. I'm not hungry or thirsty or tired or anything. I mean, it still feels like Friday night to me.
No, that's not what I meant.
Yeah, I don't know. The show. We're still doing the show. Hey, would you mind?
What?
Could you stay on the line after we sign off? I just need to reset.
Of course.
I know you've got all your town council stuff and that big work deadline on top of all that, and you'll need to sleep, so...
Yeah, who cares? I can make it work. Don't worry about it.
If you're sure.
It's not every day your best friend gets hypnotized by the Fae folk. 2 whole days on a Zoom call.
To be fair, that is how every video call feels.
Okay, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
This is Jamie.
And Malik, signing out.
We know things are getting weirder every day, but we hope you're baseline. And hey, if you know someone in England, Scotland, Ireland, or Wales, maybe give them a call, just in case.
And even when it's ashes, there'll be part of me that wishes we could stay.
Jamie and Malik are played by Hilary Williams and Michael Turrentine.
This episode was written by Jessica Best.
Directed and edited by Jeffrey Nils Gardner.
Our show art is by Carly Fairbanks.
And our bangin' theme song is Falling in Love at the End of the World by Olivia and the Lovers.
World Gone Wrong is produced and created by Jeffrey Nils Gardner and Eleanor Hyde.
And a special thank you to Ben Aldred for consulting on this episode. This is a production of Audacious Machine Creative.
In this place, once known as Hartford, Connecticut, the wind doesn't howl. It screams. That screaming wind careens maliciously across the vast tundra until it breaks against the side of a monolithic structure. The Heart Life Tower, former home of the Heart Life Insurance Company, Dear listener, these are the true dramatizations of our fair city's glorious history. You will meet the brave bureaucrats that keep us safe and orderly.
Sorry for the confusion. MURDER is actually an acronym for our department. An unfortunate coincidence.
The abominable mole people who dig the tunnels that keep us warm.
They don't exist. There's no such thing as ant people. Mole people.
And the most dangerous villains of all. Scientists.
I swear, I'd forget my head if it wasn't sewn on.
To say nothing of lightning riggers, time travelers, and simple interns. Every policy has a story to tell. Join us, dear listener, for the tale of our fair city, wherever you listen to podcasts. And remember, you owe everything to Heart Life. All the life you'll ever need.
Hello, Eleanor here, and I am here to talk about the wonderful new fiction podcast, 2000 and Late. 2000 and Late is a new fiction podcast from the creator of The Bright Sessions. It is a dark comedy that grapples with the havoc of our current moment and tries to find the hope inside of it. The show follows Harper, a 36-year-old nihilist whose life is upended when she's possessed by a demon hell-bent on bringing about the apocalypse. But Harper doesn't want to end the world, and the demon gives her more power than she's ever had in a very long time, so yeah. I'm loving this show. It's sharp and funny, and it's a cathartic release from the anger and impotence I often feel about the dumpster fire of a world we are all living in these days. It's unapologetically angry, surprisingly tender, and deeply entertaining. I think that 2000 and Late is ideal for fans of Fleabag or Killing Eve, Jennifer's Body, Yellow Jackets, Venom. So yeah, let's go create some havoc. Oh, and also, Jeffrey worked on this. Jeffrey is the sound designer, and that's also really cool. So please go check out 2000 and Late wherever you listen to podcasts.